Welcome back to the Gulthias tree. This is session number 18, the Chronomancer. Last session, the group continued their exploration of the Amber Temple, descending down through a hole, finding some strange pots of honey, mellified wizards, priests, heroes, etc., or villains, depending on how you look at it, within these honey pots. With inscriptions as to who they are. They did not succumb to the desire to drink any of the honey, though they were offered power if they would do just that. The group continued and found the shield guardian that goes with the necklace they found the session before. Last, and then they continued on to the main hall, finding a very massive statue at the far end of the temple, and someone was talking to them from the top of it, a strange individual, which they eventually found to be a type of demon. The individual said that they were a servant of the deceiver, but they did not attack the group directly. Instead, had a conversation with them, and then for a favor of carrying a gemstone with crystalline legs, offered information regarding the dark gifts that resided within the honeypots. Sen then went downstairs to open the door on the north wall, which leads up a set of stairs, and the individual that they spoke to last time, the servant of the deceiver, had said that the person they seek and the knowledge they seek should be that way. Yeah, that said, we reconvene. You at the base of the statue, the door on the back side of it still just left open. There's still the broken up door on the left side, the massive double door on the right side, and of course the center door, which ascends up a set of staircases. Looking into the that staircase, you would note that it looks like it goes up to a secret door, but the back end of the secret door, which you would know how to open and move through if you wanted to ascend the steps. You also know there's another wing of the lower hall here with more honeypots, and there were some strange one-eyed creatures slurping up a broken honeypot and devouring it. But yeah, what would you like to do?
I'm for going down the steps and heading through that back center door to meet that wizard.
It would be up those steps, but yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go up the steps.
Okay. Sen is thinking to themselves. It seems to be kind of distracted. So they are not just rushing up the steps or going in any direction, which would normally be the case if Elizabeth were running the character. But for now, it seems like they're very focused on the conversation that was had, and that will be very distracting for them for the duration of the session. Such a cop-out, and it's such a weak one, but...
How many times do you get to see a fox person?
Yeah, fair enough. That knows all of the secrets.
They're just really thinking about how badly they wanted to pet his tail.
Do you agree, Stephanie and Laura, up the steps, or do you have any other designs or ideas, thoughts?
I'm okay with going up.
Okay.
Yeah, we can go up. What's this about a fox? Where's the fox?
Up the steps in the
Laura,
center
never met the fox.
of the statue. Yeah, you stayed downstairs. You heard their voice. They have a very unique voice and personality, to say the least. But yeah, you didn't go up the steps. Only Sen and Aveline went up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I can go up too.
Okay. Alright, so if you go up the steps, music probably changes. So So you should be in a very narrow column kind of section in the center. I think that works. Da, da, da. Are you in the spot? Did I shift ping you correctly? Did you go to the right spot?
Oh, I see the stairway.
Yeah, you're literally, it's literally the smallest little section on the map. But as you're moving up the steps, I'm assuming placement's actually wrong. It's probably Hero and Nodder that are up in the front. That said, the two of you can hear up ahead the sound of combat. Sounds like sword or possibly axe clashing together on the opposite side of the door. You hear a and then you hear a kind of loud thud, and you can hear the grinding of steel against steel. What would you like to do?
You got it.
Yeah, I want to get in there because that wizard could be in danger.
Okay. You rush up, you find a lever on the door, and you pull it, and as the stone door begins to kind of drop away, the view that you see, it's kind of like an open kind of library, or kind of like study. And on the far side from you, there appears to be a circular stairwell that descends down. But there's kind of a railing around the hole that stairwell creates. On that stairwell, you see a old man, which you recognize as Van Cushing, holding a sword cane blade up, holding it, protecting himself against the massive axe of a berserker, kind of like a wild man, like the one the bird took away. And as the door kind of comes to a point where you're about to be able to rush in and do something, you see the berserker kind of turn his attention, and you watch as Van Cushing presses a button on the sheath half of his cane. An 8-inch long blade extends from the bottom, and he stabs the berserker in the chest, pulls the weight of him, and throws him over the railing. And you hear a "Ah!" And Van Cushing kind of clicks the button, blade goes back into it, and he sheaths his sword, sets it back down as a cane, and looks at you all. It's about time.
Looks like he didn't need our help. Well, let's just turn around and leave.
I was trying to study. That is until that very door you just opened. And I was curious as to what was behind it. Fortunately, the individuals came up the stairwell you see here, and unfortunately, rather, attacked me. I thought about hiding myself in that stairwell, but instead I just engaged the two of them. Pretty clumsy folk. He seems to be sweating a little bit, and he pulls out a handkerchief, kind of dabs his brow, moves over to one of the comfy chairs and kind of sits down.
How long have you been in here?
A couple hours. I've had the pleasure of going over some of the books within, but I will be frank, I don't think what we're looking for is here. Well, at least not in this room. If you want to take some time while I catch my breath to examine the area, feel free, but as it stands, I could. He kind of reaches into his bag and pulls out a water skin, pops it. Oh, it's so cold. But yeah, he leaves you to do as you please in the chamber. Starting with, let's go with Laura. You're in a library. There's a stairwell that descends down. Some rugs, some cushions, some some chandeliers hanging from the ceiling. Yeah, what would you like to do?
So the stairs go down and up?
So yeah, currently all the stairs that you have are going down. You've got the stairs that you entered in through are still on right now, and then if you go into the room proper, you'll see that there's a massive kind of circular well.
Yeah, I mean that one.
Yeah, that just goes straight down, no up.
Oh, there's no up? That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, does he care if I go upstairs?
Downstairs? No, yeah, I mean,
Or sorry, downstairs.
Van Cushing is basically taking a breather. Your trajectory, pathway choices at this point, the only thing he's going to say is he had the pleasure of looking at the books on this shelf already, and was planning on just going around the room anti-clockwise, is what he says. And yeah, he says there's nothing that he saw here, or even just looking at the titles in the books he passed, that would lead him to believe that the journal of Gulthias is present in this room.
So okay, so it's probably not in this room.
Could be, but yeah, again, he just
Well,
seems pessimistic.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's worth looking on the bookshelf.
Okay. If you'd like to do that and start kind of library searching, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Okay, 1 second.
And some of the bookshelves are higher. So again, one thing I didn't mention is the ceiling in this room is about 40 feet high, and so the bookshelves kind of stand up to a height of about 30 feet there on their own, with kind of several shelves going all the way up to the room. It doesn't look like there's any means of kind of going up to a higher point. Yeah, it looks like the books up above would be basically off limits to you, unless you had some means of acquiring them through magic or flying up to them. Or you
I mean
could
the ones that.
climb.
Yeah. I mean, I could always climb.
Okay. Well, yeah, go ahead and make your investigation check. Let me know what you got.
I did.
Yeah.
We'll just do the last one.
No,
Or-
always do the first one.
Oh, the first one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So 18 is what you
18, 19.
got? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get back to you in a second as you start kind of perusing the books. Aveline, you see that Saphira is starting to kind of peruse the books.
Yeah, I had already like rushed in and started typing stuff, but
Okay.
sort of going through everything.
Okay. The two of you kind of give each other a look as one of you takes one side and the other takes the other, and kind of nodding, kind of keeping from one another as you search. That way you're not covering the same ground. Go ahead and make an investigation check as well. And perfect. Michael, you would have came in probably, weapons drawn, ready to tango, but he handled himself pretty well. Looking around the room, seeing it as I've explained it, is there anything you want to do? There's a dead guy on the ground right nearby, and you saw the other berserker get knocked ass over tea kettle over the rails. So
I actually want to ask. I want to ask Van Cushing a question.
Sure. Talking's not too hard.
So we noticed coming in there is a mage in here, and when trying to get his belongings, he ended up dying to one of the golems. But when trying to get his belongings, every time we would move it, they would react. Do you know? We don't know exactly what was causing that, other than it was the fact that it was his cloak. But we don't know why. Did you happen to figure anything out with that?
The amber golems that defend this place, and I would be familiar. The last time I was here, I dealt with one in the room just beyond where you went, just beyond where you came from. Broken wall, doors are smashed out, bits of amber all over the place. Not exactly my work. More Elza than me, but that said, yes, they are programmed to defend specific portions of the Amber Temple. However, a while back, after Gulthias' agreement with Chandranigdo, one of the scholars here reprogrammed them to kill all of the other scholars and academics that were present. So they are programmed to attack any who wear the blue robes of the order. If he was in such an outfit, um, the robes do grant a magical benefit. They allow the person to resist the cold temperatures that this temple is known for. But it seems you have heavily guarded yourself against the wintry weather. Well enough, at least. As have I. That mountain was a hell of a slog, though. You made it up a bit slower than I anticipated. Did you run into any problems on the way here?
Not anything particular, but just a few hiccups along the way.
Do you recap everything that kind of happened with him, or do you just leave it at what you just said?
Yep, I'll recap it.
Okay. You guys hear that Hero is basically explaining the situation at Strafania, the acquisition of the brother and sister, meeting Saphira in the woods, and Katria, moving back to the town, absconding away with the femur bone, and also finding the sun sword, or the sword of the morning. When you mention that, he kind of looks very interested and goes, I knew there was something about you. The lot of you. This is your fate. And he kind of grins. You've done great. But before that, Nodder, obviously, that conversation is happening. If you want to sit and kind of interject with the hero and fan coaching dialogue, you can. If you want to assist with the bookwork, probably not. Or if you want to do something entirely different, say, head on down some steps or whatever.
I'll poke through some books. I'll pretend to know what I'm doing.
Oh, good. You can help give me a lift.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a special investigation check.
A special one.
It's a special one.
Yeah, shift click. There it is. There it is. Oh.
Way to go.
All right. You kind of just start looking at the book titles. As you're kind of moving through them, you find one and kind of go, huh, and grab a hold of it. And the title of it reads, F is for Fish. And if you look at the front, it says F is for Fish by Skirkin, the Warrior. You open the book, and it says, A is for Fish. And it shows a picture of something that is not a fish, an apple, but with a fish drawn over it. And then you switch to the next page, and it says, B is for Fish. And it shows a picture of a bear, but with a fish drawn over it. And you continue to move through the book and realize that it appears whoever the Skirkin the Warrior was obsessed with fish.
Can I keep this book?
You can indeed.
All right. Is there a three-eyed fish in this book?
They're all one-eyed fish because he draws them from the side.
Dang it.
Not very three-dimensional in his artistic capabilities. But yeah, it does look like an original copy. Like this might have been the very first printing of this book. That said...
It'll be worth something someday.
Absolutely. As you're kind of maneuvering through the scrolls, books, texts, and the like, Aveline, with your 21, you start to realize that there's something really strange about one of the books that Saphira is kind of close to. And something about her aura, her glow, seems to be causing it to light differently from your perspective, and it's absolutely drawing to you. Like, what the hell is that? That's real weird. Do you meander over there to check it out?
Yeah, I would immediately just go over and kind of take it off the shelf.
Okay. Make an Arcana check.
Ooh, 21.
Yeah. So you realize that there isn't a book there, and the aura messing with it seems to have been distorting the magic a bit, which kind of disrupted your attention. And as you kind of fiddle around with the space where the book appears to be, you can feel that there's like a cavity present between the two books. And as you kind of fiddle around, you feel what feels like some papers, and you kind of pull them out, start kind of looking them over. And with that Arcana check as well, utilizing it for the movement here, you realize that you've pulled out very forbidden and vile lore that's utilized to create Undaunted like yourself. And to do it against the will of the soul and the party that would basically become the construct, warping their will to a point where they do not even know what their past was. Like a reprogramming of your mentality, if you will. Probably about 20 or so pages.
It's kind of like. Oh, one sec.
Okay.
Hey, Stephanie, I'll grab that. You can keep doing what you're doing.
Just kind of disturbed by that notion, and just put it up and put it in my apron pocket.
You think that if you were to explore these texts further and try to unravel this process, it might be a situation where you yourself could undo the nature of the programming. But as you kind of think about that, you think about what that might do to disrupt the current condition of what is, if that makes sense. All right. Nodder, your special investigation check, you're kind of meandering around, kind of looking, and on the far left wall, even with that terrible roll, you see that there's a secret door lever just like the ones that you've seen throughout this place. You didn't actually require an investigation check. It would have been obvious to everyone, especially Sen, since you've seen so many of these, but it seems to be a very similar styling to the those secret doors. It'd be right about here.
I pull the lever.
Okay. The door slips, and to everyone's surprise, with kind of a loud kathunk, it seems to enter into a small interior hall that looks like it leads to another secret door, which would be diagonally south of where you're located.
I look towards where Hero and Van Cushion are sitting, and I ask Van Cushion, "Did you see this?"
I'll be honest. I was focused on the books, and then on the guests or residents, what have you. I did not. Very good job. And he kind of stops for a second, looks at the door, looks at you lot. Do you want to investigate that further? Do you need...
Here, do you know this demon fox that's in the main room that says something about a mage?
I did not consort with the deceiver. There was a voice. You said something about a demon fox. I presume it's an Arcanoloth, as those are usually the servants of the deceiver. I did not consort with them. I passed them and entered pretty much the same way you came in.
So they essentially directed us into this room and said there'd be a mage down up this path.
I would
that
say
we would have to talk to find the journal.
I would say that they are a servant of the deceiver, so it may not be the case that they're completely forthwith with you, but if it does happen to be the case they are telling the truth, then perhaps they are luring you into a specific course of action. I would be wary. But if looking for a mage is your intent, I will tell you that the Chronomancer who betrayed the other members of this temple is presumed to still reside within. However, in my past trip and the trips of others that have consorted with me, I've not heard of their presence.
I wonder if this is the path that leads to them.
We shall see. All right. Nada, are you going to step through the door and check it out?
Yeah, but I'll wait till everyone's finished working.
Okay. Yeah, this has probably come close to the end of the time where Aveline's figured out what that is. Laura, it doesn't look like Saphira has found much in the way of anything of use. However, you do find a scroll. It does look like it is a divine caster's scroll, but you could probably manipulate it and cast from it because the spell in question is on your spell list. 1 second here. It is a scroll of cure wounds, and it's cast at 3rd level.
Okay. So, wait. So that's on the scroll?
Yeah, so basically a scroll is a one-shot casting, and
Oh, okay.
you'll cast it at 3rd level if you cast it off the scroll.
Oh.
And then the scroll just disappears. So you'll
Okay.
in your itemry, you can add a section and just write spell scroll.
Okay.
Yep. All right. So Nodder, back to you.
Then I will let everyone know. But like, in case anyone missed it, this passageway is open. I'll start walking in. So
Okay.
I'm in towards the other door.
Yeah, it appears to be similar in kind to the back end of the door you came through. Do you throw the lever?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So as you open the door, you're kind of met by a very strange sight. Directly in front of you is a desk, blocking off your passage. It looks like there is a very old man kind of walking around. It looks like his skin has kind of become very taut and very dry. It seems to be kind of lashed onto his skull. There's a bit of a musty beard. His teeth are kind of rotted away with gaps in between certain spaces. Looks like one of his front teeth is kind of rotted halfway through, and they all kind of have a grayish sheen to them, the ones that remain. There are a number of other pieces of furniture present. Another desk on the opposite side of the room with a much more comfortable chair. The desk you're looking at looks like it's kind of a drafting desk. Looks like there's a workshop on the northern side, a larder or kind of like cupboard on the northern side, a bed, some ornaments and what have you. The old fellow kind of, huh? And kind of looks at you as you open the wall. Who are you?
Just a visitor. Curious about these works.
Oh, I am Cardiff. I am the one who lives here. You have trespassed, but I suppose it's been so long since I've had a guest. I don't mind. Here, one moment. And even though I can't do it on the map, for flavor's sake, he shifts his finger to the side like that, and the desk slides away, granting you access into the room.
Oh.
Aveline, make an Arcana check. You heard some mutterings with that 23. You heard some mutterings before he shifted his hand like that, and the somatic component being the one necessary for the spell telekinesis, which is a 5th level spell. So if he's just flippantly tossing around 5th level slots like that, he's probably really very powerful. Yeah, Van Cushing kind of stands up and stands behind you a ways. He doesn't seem to be entering in. Nodder, you step into the room, and he says, "So, what brings? Oh, let me have a look at you." As he kind of walks close to you, you notice that there are no eyeballs in the sockets. You couldn't really tell from the distance because the lighting in this room is very kind of just dark, and the shadows are kind of oddly played at. As you kind of look into his eyes, you can see that, inside of an eye socket in the skull, there's kind of like the small hole space for where like the parts of the eye go in. Looks like there are small rubies that have been placed over the holes, and it seems that the glittering light that you saw when you kind of came in and thought were eyes are just these small stones set in the sockets. And he kind of moves over to you and starts looking at you, and as he does so, the rubies kind of move inside of the sockets to investigate you. You'd also note that the rubies aren't too much different than the one that Aveline is carrying on her, other than they don't have weird crystal legs.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
You would know that it seems that rubies seem to be kind of like magical sightlines. And he says, "Yes, are you a werebear lycanthrope, maybe? Or bear folk? Or Ursadin? Ah, maybe. I don't know. You're strange. You'd probably be opposed to me dissecting you, right?"
At the moment, yeah.
"Well, I guess I have plenty of time. If it's not too much trouble, maybe later." So,
As far as I know, I'm only bear folk. But I have heard stories of other were bears before.
fair. Yes, everything is very foggy. Truth be told, I can't say for sure I've ever met a bear folk. I think I've read about it. Maybe. Was that me? Kind of starts looking over at the other desk. Huh. Well, you must have a purpose. Why are you here?
Oh, I guess you could say lately, me and my friends have been out collecting items and just looking up things. We stumbled across this temple looking for some pretty cool trinkets to collect.
Yeah. Well. Um. Well. What are you? You're looking for? Trinkets, yes.
Yeah, anything cool, but specifically a journal that we've heard about before.
Oh, the only book I really have in here is that one, and he kind of points over to a what appears to be a very massive and very ornate bronze-covered spell book with a locking mechanism on its side, and it looks like it has a title on its spine, "The Incants of the Chronomancer," on the side. You can see that there are some strange kind of spiral symbols and circles, which, again, Aveline, with your Arcana checks, keep on rolling high. I won't make you make another one, but you would know that Chronomancy has its own kind of magical language, and it looks like that kind of spiral shaping is in itself kind of an arcane writing, which, again, you can't read, but you can identify that it is a language.
I'm kind of between like the entrance of this room and the little way, just trying to like hear what they're saying.
Yeah, Van
You want to
Cushing.
come in?
Van Cushing is staying back, kind of. He has his cane in two hands. Looks like he's ready to draw the blade, but he's just kind of cautiously looking at you, taking your lead. And the mage will say, "Most of the books are out the way you came. It's been a while since I've walked out that way. Some of the texts confuse me. Everything is so foggy. It's like I remember putting those books on the shelf, and I remember how to do it, but I don't remember when or why, or if I put them up in an order, or if there's a specific reason why I put them up at all, or why those books instead of other books. Did I write the books? Did I collect them from somewhere? Somewhen? Some other plane of existence? I know not.
Oh, you've been here a long time.
Huh?
You've been here a long time then.
No! I just got here! uh, I think.
Well, could I ask you then, like, of any of these books, have any of them seemed all too special to you?
That one there,
The Grand Book.
yes, if I'd probably fight to anyone who tried to take it from me. I don't know why it's important, but I do know it is important.
Did you write that book?
I think I might have. If it wasn't me, it was the other one. Or the other one. Or the other one. Or the other one. I hope it wasn't the other one.
Are these many yous?
No, I am me. I'm the real one.
Would you be willing to open it? That book?
Let's not talk about the book anymore. I'd rather not. And, honestly, your curiosity about the book is putting me on edge.
Well, don't have to be about the book.
Good, great. No more talk of the book. I like you so far, Bear Man, but your interest in my book is upsetting.
So good. What? We can leave it.
Fair enough. So, yes, kind of.
Have you ever been out to the main hall?
Oh, I've been all throughout the temple. Yes, I was the Grand Curator of the temple before. I haven't seen any of those blue-robed fellows passing around for quite some time. They used to bring me more information for receipt. Did they put the books up? Or was it me? It must have
Color
been
robes.
me. I just remember that they wore blue robes and was very interested in that for some reason.
What color robes is he wearing?
Red.
Oh,
He's wearing red robes and he has a green scarf around his neck.
Very Christmassy.
Very Christmassy indeed. Yeah, and the red has gold like filigree and like looks, completely absolutely dorky.
I'm just kind of looking at Van Cushing, and I do like one of these.
He nods his head, kind of walks in, kind of whispers to you. It seems that the Mage Cardiff has lost his mind. We should probably leave him back to this and search elsewhere. I highly doubt the book that is on that table is what we seek. I won't be the one that gets your friend, though. You should probably rescue him. steps away.
We'll just kind of, hey, Otter, we gotta go.
Oh, wow! How interesting. And he kind of leans in a little bit more curiously. An artificial person. I remember absolutely nothing about what I was about to say. He starts staring at the ceiling. He seems completely devoid of attention to either of you two.
Well, there's probably good reason for that. I'm going to kind of tug on Otter's fur and kind of drag him off.
Alright, if we might pass you again, we'll continue on our journey. But
Oh, sure. If you
I'll step back in before we leave.
real quick though, if you see another one of me out there, kill them. They're
Kill them.
evil. Yes.
Well, I mean,
Will do.
well, hold on. Wait. If you're tasking us with something like that, I'm sure if it's another one,
You
of
can't
it would
have the
be-
book.
Well, no, but you've got to be like pretty tough. You got any tips?
Well, if I were going to kill me, I'd kick him in the balls. Oh, he'd really hate that, he would.
No one would see that coming.
No?
All right, thank you, Carter.
Okay, bye. Oh my gosh, I want to become famous. Apparently. Hi, not bot. Welcome. We do have a person who is watching that's not a robot this time, though. Sorry, going back to in the main room. The staircase descends down. It looks like it goes into possibly a room that was connected to the double doors. And then the bookshelves, based on a good 20 or 30 minute study between Aveline and Saphira, it really doesn't look like there's much of substance besides the scroll that was found in the hidden documents. So, down the steps, or
Yeah, I would say down the steps because there's nothing here.
okay. Looking at it from above, you can see that it does look like it's kind of an open space, and it looks like yeah, it's a pretty vast hall beneath you. That said, let me just grab some tokens here. Cats are fighting. Okay, that's happening in the background.
They're driving me insane. Oh my god.
Sen says to you lot, I'll stay up here and keep an eye on you from above if something happens. And they kind of pull the crossbow and set it to ready. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead.
Turns on Overwatch.
Yeah. And the rest of you descend down. The Shield Guardian is able to make its way down this way, so beneficial there. And then we'll go ahead and move to the lower temple.
Cool.
Alright, so you should be back down there, and I should have shift pinged you, so you should see a small kind of section there on the north side. As you descend down, you see that this room appears to be not too dissimilar from some of the other rooms you've been in that it has amber kind of slats, pots made out of ceramic with the symbols and iconography of the person inside, etchings on the amber platform. And this room also has a number of what appear to be, hold on a second, make sure I describe them right based on the notes that I've got here. So this one other thing I wanted to make sure that you understood: the stairs that you've been walking on, the staircase, it's gold, kind of like railing and really ornate kind of styling on the descent, and marble steps that you're walking on. Very, very pretty. And then the room in here, the walls are entirely covered with amber, but they seem to have been sculpted in such a way to make it look like there are tentacles that entwine around the bas reliefs of kings, queens, pharaohs, sultans, and lots of slaves kind of at the base of the this massive panorama view around you. And the west, south, and east walls contain alcoves in which are the honeypots I mentioned. All throughout the room, kind of dotting it, are just a bunch of crates. Look like they'd probably be a total of 6 of them. They kind of it seems like the wood is rotted away a bit. Yeah.
Anything in these crates? Can I open up the crate?
If you kind of look into one, you start to break it open. Go ahead and move to the one that you're at, or you're looking at.
Yeah.
Okay. The crate, as you kind of move to it and start kind of trying to break apart a bit of the wood, a hand flies out and grabs you by the neck. The hand doesn't look like it's much bigger than Saphira's hand, like a very feminine, dainty hand. But when it grabs a hold of your neck, you feel yourself lifted off of the ground a bit by the force of it. And the force that seems to be behind the hand is supernatural. Bear with me here while I put these bad boys on the table.
Whoops.
Yeah, it should be actually right underneath you. I think you actually took the space that it's in. So go ahead and back up one, northwise. And yeah. The other crates at the explosion also start breaking open, and you can see that a grouping of vampires start to break out. Okay, so 1 second. Let me change the pitch of the... Don't you dare say that to me, you bad cat.
I can hear them yelling.
Wee-oo, I'm a bad cat. Ooh, I'm
He's
bad.
like, what? He's like, let me in, Dad.
Why he's so bad? All right, let's do this one. Yeah, that's not too bad. Okay, cool. And then we will pull out the initiative table.
Turn that up a little bit, friend.
What?
No, I can't hear it.
Oh, sorry. How about now?
That's good.
It was just it's insanely massive on my side.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. So select your token, click the initiative button, and let's fight.
Got my neck.
Now, despite all the tokens looking the same, what you're very quickly going to realize is that the individuals that are bursting out of these crates, they appear to be wearing the adornments of adventuring types. Who am I missing on the initiative board?
Sen. No, Sen.
yeah.
On top.
Sen,
Kira.
Sen will be on the board. I'm going to get them. Laura, select your token, then open your character sheet and hit initiative, please. Cool. Descending. All right. Oh, she didn't get on the board. Hold on.
Oh, sorry, I can't figure it out.
You always have to select your token first and then
Oh,
roll.
okay. Should I do it again?
No, I got you.
Oh, okay.
And it still seems to think your character... The token appears to always be...
the name, my placeholder name,
Yeah. I will...
when I didn't know what I wanted to call my character.
Well, it's fixed. All right, so...
Okay.
Saphira, you're first on the docket. You're kind of standing in the middle of the room. These creatures are bursting out of the boxes. One of them already has Nodder grappled. And yes, that is a condition that is currently active on you, grappled. So Lara, what would you like to do with your character?
I want to use my staff.
Okay.
I want to beat them.
All right. Do you want to maneuver around the shield guardian to assist, or do you want to move towards the ones on the east side? Where do you want to go? Just move towards what you want and hit them.
Towards the ones on the side.
Okay. Go nuts.
So. Eh. Okay.
All right.
Oops.
Don't move on them. There you go. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
That's what the oops was. I got it. Okay. So go ahead and on your character sheet, I'm assuming you're casting Shillelagh as you move up. And then you should have an attack characteristic for Shillelagh on your sheet.
Shillelagh perform.
You don't. Hold on a second.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Fixing it. Wisdom. No. 1d8. Wisdom. And it's a bludger. I think I might have spelled it wrong, but at the very bottom of your attack characteristics, you should have one. shillelagh. Shillelagh. Do you see it?
Where?
Underneath scimitar. In the middle. Should go at the very top. You see armor class. Below that, you should see current hit points. Below that, hit dice. Below that. Okay. You move up to the creature as it's bursting out of the box and attack. As you do, your magical kind of staff kind of hums. The creature kind of reaches up and grabs a hold of the staff for a second, kind of stops it, and bars its fangs and throws the weapon back and away. All right. So it's bonus action, move, and attack. We're good. It'll go to the creatures. All right. Okay. So the one that has Nodder grappled is going to kind of pull up, grab a hold of the back of him, and draw itself in to try and like tuck in on that sweet, sweet bear meat.
I'm pulling him into me.
That's fine. I'm biting you is what's happening. You feel the fangs kind of enter into your flesh. Take 7 points of piercing damage and 6 necrotic.
Oh. I didn't know that would work like that. All right.
Yep. And you can
13.
Yep, you can see the pallid kind of like strange kind of almost like emaciated flesh of the creature kind of like plump up and become more like pink and vibrant as this creature kind of tears into you. All right. The two that are kind of breaking out of the box kind of float up out of the boxes and bring their attacks towards Saphira. The first one reaches out with its claws and swings again. It will hit with the second, not the first. Instead of dealing damage, it grabs a hold of you by the back of your neck and kind of drags you backwards, exposing your open neck. The other one kind of reaches in forward to kind of grab a hold of you as well. Missing. As you kind of are held like that from behind, you kind of move aside and bring up your shield and staff to block its attempts to grab a hold of you and bite your neck. Aveline, you are not the one I want to fight because you don't have the bloods.
Yeah, that's right.
But Hero looks delicious. So two of these creatures come sailing out of their boxes towards you. This one will attempt to attack you. Both attacks missing. And this one will attempt to attack you. First attack hits, second attack hits. This one's going in kind of barraging with its claws. And as it's kind of moving towards you, you can see the fingernails kind of extending into blades. As it tears into you with the first and the second attack, you'll take 9 from the first and 9 from the second, Hero. And as your blood kind of smacks against the marble stone, the ones that are near Saphira and fighting her kind of like drop their attention for a second, kind of move with a kind of face. This one here will move in on Nodder, and I'm going to attempt to grapple you with my claw hands.
No.
I don't grab a hold of you. So yeah,
The juiciest victim.
it looks like the two people who are kind of caught in grapples are able to maneuver from getting double grappled. So good times. Aveline, you can tell that they don't seem to have any interest in you or the Guardian or the turret on the Guardian's back.
I'm gonna let the Guardian, or command the Guardian to basically defend the party. And
Okay. So for initiatives, or for turns where the Shield Guardian does not start the fight, kind of you telling them to fight, they will not roll initiative, they will just act on one. So on initiative 1, the Shield Guardian will go nuts.
Okay. And then I'm actually going to draw my sword and try to get rid of these vampires in front of me and Hero.
Okay. So attack?
Do I just so I don't know if I actually did anything correct with the sword or not.
Oh, let me check. Sorry. You're pulling out the sword.
Yes, the sword.
Okay. Let's see. I am checking. Hold on. That should have done it.
Alright, I can just use normal attack then.
Well, hold on. Delete.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
Yeah. So its type is radiant. Oh, I could have just added. I'm dumb. Hold on.
Is it like just in there?
Yeah, I don't have to try and maneuver. Sorry. Thanks for being patient, everybody. Sun Sword. Sun Blade is what it goes by in the normal parlance. And that should, after a fashion, probably a little bit of loading, add a Sunblade attack characteristic to your attacks. So go ahead and click that one. And that should be good. Yeah, that hits. And then click on the word Sunblade in the chat to drop the damage dice. So it does 8 and 9. Right. So, yeah. I believe I'm... Let me double check. I am not. Okay. So yeah, it does wound it quite heavily, but it doesn't seem to be more effective than anything. It does seem to kind of scour back away from the blade as it ignites, as does the other one near you. It looks like the one that's eating the bear is too into that bear-fleshed care, and the two that are with Saphira are actually kind of oh shit, confused. But yeah, you get one attack. That's it. Nodder, you're up.
Swing my axe at this, giant fanboy.
So you are currently grappled.
What does that do to me?
That doesn't change anything for your attack characteristic or anything, but hitting it does not knock it off of you. If you want to, because you have 2 attacks, you can use an attempt to break the grapple, and then attack with the axe once instead of twice. Or you can attack twice and just have this thing latched onto you for the time being.
No, I won't push him off of me.
Okay, so go ahead and make an athletics check.
Right.
Are you raging before you do it?
Oh, dang. I'll rage after.
No, I haven't looked at the result. Do you want to rage before you do it?
Yeah.
Okay, so then yeah, 21, and you defeat the break DC. So you kind of pull it off your neck and kind of throw it back into the box and crate, and brandish tree bar and
Tree bar.
attacking the same one.
Yeah, two-handed.
Okay.
Boom.
Recklessly or?
Oh no.
Okay. So two-handed. We're looking at the 10 plus 2 because rage. So it looks like the
check my box.
damage does go through sufficiently, not too dissimilarly from the sword blade or the sun blade. Okay, done with your turn. Hero, you're up.
Okay. We're going to start with the one directly south of me. Attacking with Shatter Spike. 26.
26 hits. Is this the same one that the sunblade hit, or no?
The one that's directly south of me.
Okay, so not that.
So 10.
Okay. Still standing.
Second Shatter Spike attack, same one.
Mm-hmm.
25
Damage.
hits. 12 damage.
All right.
And then the secondary Vicious Longsword attack.
Hit.
25. 7.
Okay. Boom, bam, bam, and kind of slashing into it. It doesn't look like it's horribly wounded. I mean, there's some pretty decent cuts in it, but it doesn't look like it's backing down at all. Sen up top, you hear a click, and they fire down a light crossbow, targeting the one that Hero just hit a bunch of times. We got the sneak attack on. All right. Cool. And then you hear them kind of come down the steps a bit, taking a position lower down instead of high up on the balcony above. All right, that's their turn. Saphira, you're up. You're currently grappled, which means you can't move unless you break the grapple. Let's see. I think I'm going to look at your character sheet real quick. Okay, never mind. Yeah, if you want to break the grapple, you can do so as an action, but it doesn't. Being grappled doesn't do anything besides inhibit you from moving away from the grappler, which would be this one here.
Okay. Well, I still want to break free of it.
Okay, so you'll make an athletics check, and it'll be against my athletics, or you can make an acrobatics if you prefer. You're actually better at athletics than acrobatics. You went the right way. Okay, so let me roll my check. I'm trying. Okay, so yours beats me out by 1. So you managed to maneuver yourself out of the grapple. If you move, you will incur opportunity attacks. But yeah, you don't have an action since you broke the grapple with yours. Do you want to try and escape from them?
I feel like I should stay and help defend.
Okay. So you just kind of hold yourself there in that position.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfectly acceptable. All right, it'll go to them. Let's see. I'll go ahead and get those attacks out of the way. So they're going to come back at you. Your armor class is 15, right, Laura?
Let me check.
Okay.
14.
14. Okay. So that one will hit. 1, 2. Okay, so one of them hits, and they will grapple you again, but they're not biting into you. So the one that's grappled you is the one south of you now. So they seem to be just kind of continually trying to grab a hold of you. It looks like they're trying to get to that sweet neck meat, and you manage to kind of batter them back and away with the Shillelian shield, but they keep on getting a hold of you by like the back of the hair or like the looseness of your attire, kind of drawing you in. To be fair, okay, so yeah, we go with our attacks on Hero. Same kind of situation. We just want to grab you. One of them will, but they've already swung with their first attack and missed. And then the other one will grab you with their first attack, and then they will bite you with their second attack. 21 to hit with the bite. You're going to be taking 9 points of piercing, Hero, and 5 necrotic. And you watch as that happens, the wounds from the blades on their chest, from where you cut them, one of them kind of starts to patch up and seal.
Did the golem go, or is that after this?
Oh, sorry, I forgot about it. Thank you for the reminder. It goes on 1. Just once Sen goes, remind me I have another...
Oh, then golem.
Yeah, golem. It's just going to straight bash... you said defend the others, so at the time of that declaration, it would have been the vampire that was fighting with Nodder. So...
Kill it!
First attack missed, second attack hits. It seems when it hits with the second fist, it kind of comes down like this. When it hits with that second attack, you watch the vampire kind of get hit, and it looks like it would be like a breaking blow against a regular person, but it seems like they're a bit sterner than a regular person, and they don't fall to the ground. That supernatural might seems to keep them on their feet. And they do appear to be resistant to it as well. But yeah, sorry. So Aveline, you are up.
I'm going to go ahead and target the vampire that Hero actually was fighting.
Okay.
My Sunblade.
Okay. And don't forget, you can use your bonus action as well to use the cannon off of the back of the Guardian as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gonna do that after I attack with the blade.
Yep. So that Sunblade attack hits. Go ahead and roll the damage for it.
8 radiant.
And then go into your turret's character sheet, and you're using the Force turret right now. And just shoot with that. And since it's at a high point on top of the Guardian, it's not in adjacency, so no disadvantage for the shot. It'll miss. Bolt of Force slams into the ground next to it. Alright, Nodder.
I swing 2 times the vampire in front of me.
Mm-hmm. That'll miss.
Oh no. Can I spend my inspiration?
You can.
I do it.
That'll hit for 11. Second attack.
Oh,
That'll hit.
better.
11 more damage. Alright, 2 solid hits. This one looks like it's pretty messed up. Alright. Hero, you're up. You are still grappled,
Okay.
but again, that does not interfere with your opportunity or your ability to attack.
No. Which one is it? The one that's directly
South.
bottom to me? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's the one I'm attacking. Go ahead and go with Shatter Spike.
Okay.
3. 10 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Secondary attack with Shatter Spike, same one.
That'll miss.
I'm going to yeah, I'm gonna second wind.
With your
So
bonus
I
action.
can gain 1d10 plus my fighter level of health back.
Okay. And that'll be your turn.
So 10 plus, and I might. Well, you can only do one bonus action, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be it then.
Sen kind of taking a position up on the railing, kind of locks the crossbow down on the railing, draws back the Force bolt inside of it. It seems to be taking more time kind of getting an aim on this one. I will utilize the sharpshooter feat. Oh, I got it. I see. I will ask the group as a whole, do you want me to spend Elizabeth's inspiration to make that a hit? Vote. That's a
think
what?
she-
One for yes?
She probably would.
Alright. So the light crossbow does 28 points of damage. And obliterates the one that hero was fighting. Just scoops its head clean off. And as you kind of turn back to look at Zen, they go, and the dorkiest Elizabeth way possible. And then the Guardian, still engaging in its command, smashing down on the one that is fighting Nodder. Again, it seems to kind of shift out of the way of the one and seems to kind of take the damage, but not as much as it should from the hits that come through. Double checking, actually. Do Shield Guardian IA attacks count as magical? They do not. Okay, great. Saphira, you're up. You're still grappled by the one south of you. Again, using your action to escape the grapple is an option, or you can fight them. But it seems that you're doing a pretty good job of warding them off the way you've been doing it, if you want to continue that process. I mean, again, you're not gaining any headway, but they're not either.
Well, I feel like I should fight them.
Okay. So, yeah, if you want, let's see. Honestly, a good way to get them off of you might be to just cast Moonbeam on yourself, since you're resistant to radiant damage anyway.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, I'll do that. Level 3.
Well, hold on a second here.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. That's good. So you're casting at 3rd level. Go ahead and go to your spell sheet and check off one of your spell slots. I think that's your last 3rd level slot. And then I will get you the Moonbeam. assets, spell templates, second level. I am the worst. I'm the worst. I'm the worst.
Yeah,
Oh.
you're terrible.
I am the worst.
Boo.
It's 10-foot radius, right? On the description for that, I think. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
Faster caster. Sorry. I used to have templates set up for this already, but apparently I never transfer them into this game, since we don't really have much of the way of spell casting. We're gonna go ahead and use this one, even though it doesn't look like the moon. And it is pretty big. Alright. So
He's so noisy.
that's controlled by Alara and save. Okay, so that big ring of energy there, that whole circle is the moonbeam coming straight down and on. At the start of their turns, they will take damage, and if they remain in it, they'll continue to take damage. So it goes to their turn. They are going to take damage. You've already rolled that damage, 17. They're going to make their saving throws to see if they do good. They don't. So they both take 17. To the back, please. Alright. Minus 17. Minus 17. Alright. The one that has you grappled is going to linger. The one that doesn't is going to maneuver away very hastily, and then kind of snap inwards, taking the spot of the one that's already fallen against Hero. It moves so fast, you don't get an opportunity attack. And the one that's on you is going to go to Crunchy Town. I'm going to claw into you, and I'm going to bite you, because that sounds delicious. All of that hits, so you're going to be taking a total of 11 piercing damage and 8 necrotic damage as the vampire bites into your neck. And I'm going to get back hit points.
Hey, was that me?
No. Sorry, that was Lara.
Oh, okay.
So Lara, 11. You're taking a total of 19 damage from that.
Okay.
And then the other vampires, one will attack on Hero, Nope, and Nope. And then on Hero some more, Nope, and Nope. And then on Nodder, Nope. Yep, I've got you grappled with the one on the left, and then the one in the middle.
My favorite kind of hug.
Is actually just clawing rampant. This one's not trying to grapple you. You're going to take 6 points of slashing damage, so half will be 3.
They love me.
Abley?
I am going to go over to this vampire that's near Saphira and...
Well, real quick, the big circle is a massive beam of like radiant energy, like in a moon kind of shade. If you step into it, you're literally going to get pulverized by her spell.
Okay. I didn't see this circle because I'm partly colorblind.
It's okay, I'm sorry.
I guess, can I reach this one over here?
Um,
Over there?
yeah, the two that are, yeah, if you move around, that's perfectly fine. It doesn't look, yeah, you can't share the space with the shield. Yes, again, just lag. But as you move away from the two vampire that are fighting Hero, it doesn't seem that they're interested in you. They don't really fight at you. They don't take their opportunity attacks. You move over to the one that's Nodder is hit the most is the one kind of in between you and the Shield Guardian now, to the south.
Okay. Can I hit with a sword diagonally
Yep.
like that? Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do that to that one.
Hit.
20. 13.
+1, so 14.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep. All right. Definitely well wounded. Into bloodied category, but it's not fallen yet. Nodder,
Oh man.
finish it off.
Oh man, I'm getting visions of the frog again. Definitely two-handed tree bar attack. Oh, I'm so mad.
Yeah. So you obliterate it with a straight down chop, smashing it back into its box where you found it, and then there's the other one to the side there.
Do a quick
Bum,
sweep.
ba-da-dum, bum, 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 bum. Michael would have loved that joke if he was paying attention. That'll hit. 15. 17. Okay. Solid blow.
Yeah.
Alright. Hero, you're up.
Well,
The one that's directly south of you is fresh. The one that's kind of diagonal to the side has been hit once with a sunblade.
Okay. I'm going to attack the one diagonal.
Okay.
Go with Vicious Longsword. Or no, Shatter Spike. Sorry.
Hit.
22. 11.
Okay.
Secondary attack with Shatter Spike. Jeez.
It's a miss.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
You already did.
Huh?
Didn't you
I
already
didn't use any.
No, I used it.
Oh, okay.
It was me.
That was you. I remember now. Okay. So inspiration spent. Go ahead. Damage.
Yep. 8.
And give me that vicious.
Yep.
Hit.
Inch.
Alright. Backs it off quite a bit. Bit bloodied. Not too happy with that. Sen kind
Action Surge.
Give me 2 more attacks.
Double up.
I was waiting to see if that would do enough, but Shatter Spike. Ah, come on. Okay, Vicious Longsword.
Well, you can do Shadow Spike again.
Oh yeah, Shatter Spike again. 13 probably doesn't hit either.
Nope.
Oh, Vicious Longsword.
Well, no, you don't get a third attack. You only get 1 bonus action. So it's...
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. No problem. The crossbow shooter up top, they are going to go ahead and, again, we're going sharpshooter all in. Let me double check my math here. Okay, so it is necessary. All right, here we go. Miss. And then the construct, continuing with its assault in protection mode. Seeing that the immediate threat to Nodder is gone, the next immediate threat would be to Hero, so I'm going to go ahead and turn my attention to the one to my side there. Miss hit for 6 damage. Alright. And then, so Saphira, at the start of your turn, go ahead and click on Moonbeam's damage.
The damage.
Well, yeah,
where is
well,
that?
just click on the word Moonbeam in your attack, sorry.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. Once that throws out a result in the chat there, you'll want to click on your own Constitution saving throw because you are affected by your own spell. Okay. And I'll go ahead and count that as your concentration as well. So you'll be taking from yourself 9 points of damage. But as a part of your turn, you can move the Moonbeam so that it's not over you anymore now that the other one ran away. You should be able to move the circle as well.
Okay.
Mittens. My baby.
baby girl.
She's just on the other side of that door.
Where do I move it? Where should I move it?
I would suggest moving it over the ones that Hero's fighting,
Okay.
and over the one that's directly south of you, and not over yourself anymore.
Okay.
Need a hand with that?
I got it.
That's not what I was suggesting.
Hang on. Oh my god.
I love you. Over to the right of it.
Like that?
One more to the... There, perfect. Perfect, it's perfect. Okay.
Okay.
Like a claw machine. You're like,
Yeah.
And so that's... let me double check Moonbeam's wording. I think moving it might be your turn, but I want to check. Moonbeam. 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 Why is it taking forever to load?
I don't know.
it doesn't like you.
Yeah, use your action to move it. So yeah, perfect. That would be your turn. And yeah, the you can move too if you wanted. If you wanted to like back behind Hero. Oh, why is there a big T on the square? I don't know what that's about. Go ahead and hide that. Put that back in the GM layer. Yeah, if you want to move away from him, you can.
Yeah.
Just carve that rune into the floor.
Okay. So it will, as you move away from it, take a swing at you, but it misses. So yeah, you can move behind Hero, is what I would suggest.
Okay, yeah, I want to do that.
Okay, great. So on the start of the vampire's turns, go ahead and click on Moonbeam again for me.
Okay.
No worries. Got a lot coming at you.
Okay. Okay.
Did you click it? You clicked it? Sorry, it's loading on my side. Okay. And... alright, so the two in front of you, Hero, start kind of getting burnt quite heavily by this radiant energy descending from the ceiling. And the one on the side there doesn't seem to be as affected, and kind of dive rolls in and out of the area and moves towards Saphira. I'm going to attempt to eat you again. Miss and miss. And then I'm going to attempt to eat Hero. I still have you grappled, so I'm just going to go for the bite. No bite. Managed to kind of keep your neck guarded. The other one's going to Berserker Barrage.
Berserker Barrage.
Takes 7 points of damage as one of the slashes gets through Hero. And then the one that's over there with Aveline and Nodder, you can see that there's a bit of panic on their face, but they kind of go nuts and will attempt to grapple Nodder. They do, and then bite Nodder. They do. You're taking a total of 10 damage.
And
Having 4 of it, so you're actually taking a total of 6 damage. Sorry.
I'll bite this thing back if it's not careful.
It looks like some of the wounds that it took before are healing because of the slurp. Aveline, you are up.
I'm gonna get that vampire.
Get
Kill it.
laser sword.
Yep. 28.
Yeah. Hold on a second. I'm pretty sure there's something about that. Sun. Sword of the morning. Yeah, that's something I forgot about too. So, yeah, very well wounded. Literally on its death door. And something you've been noticing in this fight is they've been wary of your blade. It also looks like they've been burning because of your blade. Because sunlight. All right, Nodder, you're up. Again, she sets him up. You put him down.
It's usually the opposite.
Finishing it.
That's fair.
I'm gonna go for a tree bar attack.
Bam.
Right into the heart.
Yeah. That'll do it.
I get a quick little bite in too.
I mean, yeah, if you want to. I mean, that is something your character does. Do you want to move?
Yeah, I'll
Looks like
in
you
my
could take a position here and help fight this one. Or you could move here and fight this one into the there.
Oh, would I be able to stick myself in here? Or no?
Where at? Yeah.
Right here.
So you kind of like duck down and kind of move underneath the Shield Guardian's legs, kind of like crawling a little bit, and then kind of dart past Hero and kind of slide through the vampires and take your position and give Saphira a nod. You have a second attack. Which of the 3 vampires we're looking at here do you want to hit?
I'm gonna aim up towards
Okay.
the one on Saphira.
Bring it. Hits for
Yeah.
10. All right, or 12. All right. Hero, you're up.
Oh, he's
He's just left.
letting his
There's a
out.
cat. It was a ghost.
All right, so we skipped Hero's turn. No,
Wait a minute.
it's your up.
Well, snooze you lose, I guess.
The one to the north is being attacked by Nodder, and it looks like focusing on that. The 2 to the south of you are really close to dead. It looks like they will probably be melted by the moonbeam, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for the one up at Nodder's,
Okay.
softening up. Shatter Spike.
Hit.
And 7.
Mm-hmm.
Shatter Spike. Another 20.
Hit.
11.
And bonus action.
Vicious. Oof.
Swift. All right.
Yeah.
Sen, kind of seeing the situation, locks it down, pointing straight down over the railing at the one that you're all kind of surrounding, and we'll try and dump another sharpshooter shot in. That'll do. 24 and 7, yeah. So 31. It's still alive. But only just. So, Saphira, on your turn, you don't have to move the deal. And if I remember correctly, Shalalalag is
Shillelagh's a good name for a thing.
Shillelagh.
Shalagalag.
Shillelagh it's a spell she casts. It has a duration, not a concentration duration. So your staff is still pulsing with divine or primal energy. Do you want to bash this one in the head and then just let the moonbeam finish the rest?
Yeah.
Give me an
Let's do
attack
that.
with the Shillelagh.
Shalugala.
I did
I
actually.
just remember we needed magic words at one point, and I said Shillelagh Pomano, and I thought you had said it the whole time.
No, it's really the name of the spell. So, click on the attack characteristic for Shillelagh, and we'll see.
I
if you-
did.
Oh, it's just loading. Okay, that's so weird. We're in the same freaking house, and
Did it come up for you?
doesn't look like it.
Oh my god.
There, it did. Do you want to spend your inspiration to get the 25 instead of the fumble?
Yeah.
Okay. So click on the little dragon symbol and knock it off. It looks like I'm lagging so bad it put a service connection error on my Roll20. The little dragon
dragon
symbol up in the top left of your character sheet. Like a
okay.
little like dark little snaky. Anyways, yeah, that hits.
Yeah.
Click on the damage.
Damage.
Just tell me how much it is so I don't have to wait for it to come to me.
I can't see it.
Oh, so how you click damage is in the chat where
Where?
it shows the result. If you hover your mouse
Oh.
over the word Shillelagh
Uh,
and click it there.
9.
Okay. Yeah. Smash knocking the vampire down. And as you kind of turn your attention and the power in your other hand, you kind of close your fist. The moonbeam finishes the other two. Your lowest amount of moonbeam damage would have killed them. But you watch as they kind of melt away in moon and sun fire. Epic. Alright. I'm going to change the music back to not fighting. That's interesting. I'm going to refresh to see if my loading will happen better if I refresh.
Your net's just dying.
So weird. No, Roll20 is silly. I guess the best way to say it. Sometimes it'll have server interruptions, and it's not fun. But yeah, the music should have just dropped out now, and we were listening to this one all the way in. So yeah, after a fashion, the moonbeam dissipates, and the group is basically free to check the bodies, check the rest of the room, if, you know, like you were planning to do before somebody tried to open a box. While you think about that, I'm gonna very quickly open my door so Mittens can get some food and water. Hold on.
Yeah, she's really wanting to get in there.
Just let her in.
Okay. So, what would you like to do now? There does look like there are some breaks in the wall on the south east side that I didn't mention pre-game or pre-fight.
You definitely want to check those out.
Okay. You'll see the back of a massive amber golem.
Oh shit.
Just on the other side. Doesn't seem to be moving. But it looks like you could slip in and slip past it if you wanted to.
Oh, well, that. Is there anything else in this room except for the honeypot?
Crates, dead bodies that you just made, and then the hole through, and then there's the amber golem. If you look past the amber golem, I don't know if you can see it, but if you want to move up to it and then look past it, just for your token moving, you'll see that there are several massive piles of treasure in the room beyond the golem.
I can't see.
Sure, let me see if I can
for some reason. But...
get you.
Oh, I see. Oh, I'm not illuminated.
Oh,
I
that's
gave
what
my
it
torch
is.
back. That's why.
Well, let me give you the lights.
Can you throw one of the vampire bodies into that room, see if or like past the golem?
Yeah.
Want
So
me to bait it out?
you pick up the woman who grabbed Nodder's neck and started this whole kerfuffle, and just toss her lithe body through the thing. It's kind of broken up already. It kind of smashes onto the marble floor, slides across it a bit. The amber golem remains stationary.
It's like a whole lot of treasure, eh?
Yeah, massive amounts.
Oh, well, it's probably too small for my shield guardian to go through.
Yeah, absolutely too small for your shield guardian to go through. Anybody else, it requires squeezing.
Mm.
And if you would burn, let's see. Sorry, my Oh, I can just barely hear it. I see. There it goes. Okay. So yeah, do you want to go past the Amber Golem now, having tested it with the flight of dead Nosferatu, and investigate that room, or?
I'm also curious. Does this look like this used to be like an open passageway that sort of like crumbled?
No, it looks like it's a literal break in the stone.
Oh, there's a kitty butt.
I'll wiggle my way through.
Just like this wiggly cat. You're a pig. Piggy little boy. You eat too much food.
You got the two.
And then he gets the toots. The boot scoots. Okay, you wiggle your way through. Anybody else going in that way? Or do you want to investigate the honeypots?
I don't know if I want to investigate the honey.
I'm gonna follow Nodder.
Okay. So there are a total of 6 big treasure piles. Yeah. It looks like they are just individually stacked and piled, and they have all sorts of randomness within them. Mostly coins, but lots of stuff present.
What is this? Like a almost looks kind of like it would be a door or something south of the room.
It is a double door, and the door matches exactly the same door structure as the double door that you tried to force open but could not.
Yeah, I
As-
think these are 3.
As you
Possibly
look,
on the other side.
as you look at this door, you'll note that there appears to be a small, like, string attached on it, and beneath it there's a bell. Don't you even think about it, you baby. He tried to attack the mouse. Don't. No.
They were attacking the Amber Golem.
Well, yeah. So like a string attached to the door. The string attached to the doors looks like it would probably break the string and cause one half to hold on to it, and the bell to ring on that other side. Does that make sense? Okay.
I'm gonna take the bell off.
Make a sleight of hand check or a thieves' tools check if you're trained.
No.
It looks like it's going to be a very nimble process to do it if you're wanting to do it without ringing the bell.
Maybe we could have Sen go in and do it instead.
Sen says it's not a good idea. Maybe we shouldn't just go through those doors at all and leave it where it is.
That's strangely cautious.
Yeah, maybe I'll just stop what I'm doing at that moment.
Sen, played by me, is cautious.
So,
you
kinda like-
need to
kinda
stop.
like
You're not going to get to attack
this.
the mouse.
Like I was about to grab it, and then I'm just like,
No. You're going to get the pets. Okay,
Oh
no.
my gosh. He
No.
reminds me of Baby Ty.
But like the negative.
Yes.
So anyways, these piles, they're not going to search themselves.
I'll pick up a gold piece and see does the golem react to me picking anything up.
Doesn't move.
All right.
You're not, like...
I'm gonna poke through for a book.
Okay, so real quick, there are a number of us here, so let's go ahead and do this in the most orderly fashion, so it feels like you're being rewarded for at random.
I seduced the golem.
I'm going to have you all
Didn't drink that pot.
roll a 6-sided dice.
Everyone roll a 6-sided dice. Rip.
Laura, you know how to do that?
Oh, sorry. What am I doing?
Roll a 6-sided dice. Over on the left
Oh,
side.
yeah. 1 second.
Cool. Everybody got a different number. Perfect. I couldn't have planned it better if I tried. Alright, so pile number 1. As you go through it, here's what you find, Stephanie. 17,500 copper pieces. 30.
17,500?
Yeah. I'll type it out and read it.
Okay.
So 17,500 copper pieces, loose stone, or loose coin. 30 50 gold piece gemstones. These are all rubies. 3 rusted suits of plate armor, basically worthless. 9 rusted shields, also worthless. And a child-sized sarcophagus made of black wood inlaid with gold, worth 250 gold. That's what you find in your pile.
Okay.
And then, Nodder, you rolled a 2, right? You find 12,000 silver pieces, 5 rusted suits of ringmail and 6 rusted breastplate, all worthless. A silver drapier with a pink glass hilt.
Ooh.
It is functional. The silver portion means it would be helpful against creatures that would be resistant to silver damage. Might be something you'd want to give to Sen since they use a rapier.
Sounds about right.
4 rusted greatswords, all broken and worthless, and a gilded chariot. It's a literal chariot, like that you would attach to a horse or an animal. It's probably going to be hard to get out of here, if your goal is to take it. All right. Let's see. Lara got a 4. All right. Your pile has the following: a pile of iron ingots, each worth about 250 gold, but the total of them weighing about 2,500 pounds. 30 holy symbols of gods from various worlds. You would see some that you're familiar with, some that are absolutely beyond you. Just a hot mess of strange holy symbols. You would see a set of 12 copper chalices with silver filigree, a gilded skull with red garnets in its eye sockets, looks a lot like the dude back in the way, and 8 warhammers, still functional, and 6 war picks, still functional. And what? Who got the last one? 6? Michael? All right. You find. Let's see. Bear with me here. You find 7,000 wooden coins painted gold. They're worthless. 15,000 copper pieces in 15 iron pots. An obsidian scepter with gold filigree. Very expensive. 11 rusted helms. 15 thin leather-bound tomes, all of them signed copies of a storybook entitled The Tale of Ryan by Ryan Rostigar. And yeah, that's what you find in the piles that you search there.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Oh my god, you cats. Oh, I swear to heavens. Okay, I gotta do some karate real quick. You see that in the last 2 files, there are the following. So that's 9,000 more silver pieces, 6 non-magical crystal balls, each worth 20 gold pieces, a bronze crown with tiny gem-eyed dragons for spires. Crown. What did I say? Crayon. For 750 gold. Life-size wooden pony, and 6 marble vases. Last but not least, and also a raven / morning lord holy symbol. And the last pile, I believe. Let's see. In the last pile, you find 6,600 electrum pieces, each stamped with a visage of Gulthias. 75 empty bottles, a trunk filled with 6 fine dresses and gowns, 10 pieces of jewelry worth 250 gold pieces each, and 500 gold pieces in a rotten wooden chest, and 8 painted ceramic statues of saints. You see Markov among them, and the Journal of Gulthias.
I'm just gonna
pick that up.
We
Probably want to grab that one at least.
Just
Alright.
pieces of paper, though.
So, in your kind of just knowledge of how magic kind of works, the holy symbol is magical. The book seems to be kind of not so much magical, but it seems to have like a lingering essence to it, and that's what you detect, Aveline. Lara, on your side, the symbol might be something kind of touched or tethered to the primal world, but there seems to be kind of this very corrupting or kind of like blight-like magic on the journal. It seems like that itself, the book itself, is kind of touched with a world-ripping kind of magic. But yeah, take what you like. It obviously has weight, which might be a problem carrying down a mountain, especially if the rock is not too keen on the taking you with it.
How
But
much was the obsidian scepter in weight?
probably 10 pounds.
I'm grabbing that.
Yeah, that's cash money.
I want
Excuse
the
me.
child-sized sarcophagi.
Fair enough. What? Who wants the holy symbol?
I can carry the holy symbols.
It'd probably go good on a spellcaster, probably more towards the primal or divine natured ones.
I meant like literally, I just carry it, like
Okay.
not like use it.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying. And who takes the journal?
Me.
And I definitely need to get one of those storybooks, The Tale of Ryan.
Okay. Yeah, it's signed, so that's a collector's
Yeah,
piece.
How much is
Gotta
that?
be
Like
huge.
a pound?
It's a pound, yeah, for that book.
Okay.
Pound for the journal as well. Okay.
I mean, definitely taking the silver rapier.
Okay. Do you want to spend some time identifying the holy symbol and the book?
Me.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and lead with the holy symbol of the raven kind. It is coming up. Hold on.
Like the money doesn't have weight though, right? Like the silver and copper and stuff. We can just basically make a
Light is the feather.
gather all of that stuff.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so guys, I'm gonna make notes of all the specifically just the raw money, and I'll give it to Liz to keep track of later.
Okay.
Just making sure. Hold on.
150 gold piece worth of gems, probably.
Okay, so now he's trying to go in the trash can. What?
That's the kittens. They want to get in everything. And they will eat everything that you love.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Alright, so there's the holy symbol. I'm trying to drop a shoebox on him.
I give him the Vulcan.
And then the book. Oh my god, I'm gonna fight you, you little bad naughty.
What's he doing?
He's trying to go in the trash can.
Just let him do it, whatever.
It makes a bunch of noise.
I can't hear it.
Fair enough. So the Tome of Gulthias. There you go. That's what the item does. And then here is the mainly legible portion that you're able to read. And I'm gonna go fight my cat while you do that. And talk amongst yourself. You are a bad cat. You are so bad, cat.
Oh my gosh, is this how people write in their journals?
That's how weird, like, people that turn to vampires do. Our viewer says that you should probably try to get that chariot out, by the way. Maybe just ride it down the mountain.
We can attach it to the shield guardian.
Oh yeah, and have the... Oh, there you go. It'll be like snow buddies, but it's a shield guardian. Yeah. Alright, and everything good on that? Oh, thanks for watching. And yeah, we typically end around 9 o'clock, so see you next time if you come around. Person who's watching. Table...
Come back.
But yeah. Did you get enough reading in?
Her name was redacted.
And paste this then.
I accidentally exited out of the handout. Can you put that back up for me, please?
I could do, yeah.
I was looking for it in the handouts. Like, okay, cool.
It should be in there, but
I couldn't find it. I couldn't remember what it was actually technically called. Handout, Tome of Gulthias.
it should be under handouts, text handouts, handout from the Tome of Gulthias. But yeah, for those, let's see, who want to hear my sweet pipes, read a thing, gladly. I am the ancient, I am the land. My beginnings are the lost in the darkness of the past. I was the warrior, I was good and just. I thundered across the land like the wrath of a just God. But the war years and the killing years wore down my soul as the wind wears stone into sand. All goodness slipped from my life. I found my youth and strength gone, and all I had left was death. My army settled in the valley of Shrafania and took power over the people in the name of a just God, but with none of a God's grace or justice. I called for my family, long unseated from their ancient thrones, and brought them here to settle in the castle Torinor. They came with a younger brother of mine, Sergei. He was handsome and youthful. I hated him for both. From the families of the valley, one spirit shone above all others, a rare beauty who was called Perfection, Joy, and Treasure. Her name was, and you can see in the tome, it looks like they crossed the name out, and I longed for her to be mine. I loved her with all my heart. I loved her for her youth. I loved her for her joy. But she spurned me. Old One was my name to her, elder and brother also. Her heart went to Sergei. They were betrothed. The date was set. With words she called me brother, but when I looked into her eyes they reflected another name, death. It was the death of the age that she saw in me. She loved her youth and enjoyed it, but I had squandered mine. The death she saw in me turned her from me, and so I came to hate death, my death. My hate is very strong. I would not be called death so soon. I made a pact with death, a pact of blood. On the day of the wedding, I killed Sergei, my brother. My pact was sealed with his blood. I found, redacted, weeping in the garden east of the chapel. She fled from me. She would not let me explain, and a great anger swelled within me. She had to understand the pact I made for her. I pursued her. Finally... What? Who's playing?
Whoa.
Sorry, that was something popped up.
She fled from me. She would not let me explain, and a great anger swelled with me. She had to understand the pact I made for her. I pursued her. Finally, in despair, she flung herself from the walls of Castle Torinor, and I watched everything I ever wanted fall from my grasp forever. It was 1,000 feet through the mists. No trace of her was ever found. Not even I know her final fate. Arrows from the castle guards pierced me to my soul, but I did not die. Nor did I live. I became undead. Forever. I've studied much since then. Vampire is my new name. I still lust for life and youth, and I curse the living that took them from me. Even the sun is against me. It is the sun and its light that I fear the most. But little else can harm me now. Even a stake through my heart does not kill me, though it holds me from movement. But the sword, that cursed sword, that Sergei brought. I must dispose of that awful tool. I fear and hate it as much as the sun. I have often hunted for her. I have even felt her within my grasp, but she escapes. She taunts me. She taunts me. What will I take to bend her love to me? I now reside far below Toranor. I live among the dead, and sleep beneath the very stones of this hollow castle of despair. I shall seal shut the walls of the stairs, that none may disturb me.
He's the Phantom.
And just to make sure you understand the pieces are put together, Aveline, in your hand, you hold the hilt of the sword.
Oh yeah, I got that.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure for anybody who is, yeah.
Also, did anyone grab the bronze crown with tiny gem-eye dragons for spires?
Well, we're still in here, so.
Nobody did. So are you grabbing it and putting it on?
I'm putting it on because it has dragons.
Perfect.
How much does that weigh?
Probably a couple pounds.
Couple pounds.
2 pounds.
Yeah.
But yeah, real quick question for narrative purposes. Van Cushing will have descended down the stairs to talk with Sen, and then you would, I presume, not go through the door with the bell and go out the way you came. It doesn't seem like there would be much of a hardship in getting out of this place now that you have what you came and sought. Is that your goal?
This is unrelated, but it sounds like we can we kill Gulthias with the sword, or
It sounds like he fears it.
so it must mean that it can kill him. Good to know, good to know.
Yeah, and it sounds like the wooden stake wouldn't do the job. It would just keep him locked down.
You're
But
off the hook, Nodder.
Yeah, you're not off the hook. I mean, locking was winning, so
No, I'd still.
it still would have been good to, lock him down. Like that.
But
I
yeah,
wanted that route. I wanted to keep that for myself.
Then we could have gotten infinite time for finding this one.
again, just for narrative purposes, it does seem like once the journal is kind of displayed to Van Cushing, they're very interested in checking in on Alenia. That seems to be his goal once he understands what you kind of concluded at this point. And so he's going to make his way out of the temple. I'm saying, for narrative purposes, and again, we're winding in on 9, do you want me to say, for the purposes of moving the plot forward a bit more quickly, that you exit the temple the way you know is safe? Or do you want to continue to explore the temple?
I'm personally okay with leaving.
Yeah, same.
And, I mean, part of me
Hero.
wants to explore, part of me go, though. Hero would just go.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, we know where we want to go.
yeah. He's very
okay.
direct.
Should we
Perfect.
go back and meet with Alenia?
So again, we'll start next session outside of the temple on the icy, space there. We'll see what the aftermath of certain subject matters were. Basically, as you're leaving the temple, it'll be the start of next session. I'm not going to do a stinger or cliffhanger here. I just want to make sure that I knew what your plan was ultimately as you were leaving. But yeah, we'll pick up next session. I'll work experience off the camera, and thanks for watching. See you next time.